Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport and the start of Le Mans week. A Le Mans themed video every day up to the race this weekend. And to start off the Le Mans themed videos, let's take a look at some of the women who have competed at Le Mans. 61 women have so far taken part in the famous 24-hour race, and with more women in the field for 2020 than ever before, now seems like the right time to look back at the past. So remember to subscribe for more Le Mans, sit back, relax, and let's begin.
Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
So, as I said, 61 women have competed at Le Mans, and we are not going to have time here to go through all of them. Maybe we'll start a new series of videos about the subject later on, but for now let's look at some of the main players. Let's start with the first ever women at Le Mans. Wealthy French heiress Marguerite Marius entered her own private Bugatti Type 40 and hired fellow female Frenchy racer Odette Seco to join her. The pair survived the race for a pretty good 7th place behind the works Bentley and Talbot teams, as well as a few privateers. The pair would return for 1931, but would be disqualified for premature refuelling. Also on the 1931 Le Mans grid were the Honourable Joan Chetwynd and H.H. Stisted, two more female drivers racing an MG Midget before the engine blew up on lap 30. Odette Seco was the only female on the grid in 1932, and she got the best ever result for a female driver at Le Mans with a 4th place finish. Joined by Louis Charavel and driving her own private Alfa Romeo 6C, this result has never been bettered by a female at Le Mans. It has been 88 years. In 1935 there were 10 women on the Le Mans grid, the most there has ever been on the field. The best finisher was Anne-Cécile Rose Itier, sharing a Fiat 508S Balilla Sport with Robert Jacob to a respectable 18th place. I was surprised at how many women competed at Le Mans pre-World War II. 23 of the 61 started in the 1930s. That's incredible. It seems like it has slowed down in more recent decades. Through the 40s and 50s there would only be a few female drivers. Viviane Elder, Yvonne Simon and Betty Haig, to name a few, but there'd be no female drivers at Le Mans in the 1960s, and the next up was Marie-Claude Beaumont of France, racing at the 1971 Le Mans race in a Corvette with Henri Grader. They wouldn't finish, but this seemed to be the start of a brief women's revolution in sports car racing, with Christine Beckers, Anne-Charlotte Venet, Yvette Fontaine, Marie Laurent, Martine Renier, Corinne Toinard and Christine Dacremont all took part in Le Mans in the 1970s, as did Michelle Mouton, who may be the greatest female race driver of any kind and certainly greatest female rally driver. She won 4 WRC rounds with Audi in 1982, and she finished 2nd overall in the championship behind eventual champion Walter Roll. But it was in 1975 she would finish 21st in a Moyne LM75 with fellow females Christine Dacremont and Marianne Hopfner. There was a couple of Formula 1 drivers who also competed at Le Mans. The only woman to score a point in Formula 1, or at least half a point, Lella Lombardi, would have 4 attempts of Le Mans, with her best 11th in 1977 in Altera with Christine Beckers, whilst Desire Wilson, who attempted to qualify for an F1 race with Brands Hatch Racing, failed to qualify, and you've never heard of her or them. Well, she also raced at Le Mans a few times, finishing a very decent 7th in an Obermeyer Racing Porsche in 1983 with Alex Plankenhorn and Jürgen Lassig. Lynn St. James also had a couple of goes. The famous kart and IndyCar driver would have 2 failures to finish at Le Mans. In 1989 with Spice Engineering, and sharing an all-female crew in 1991 with Desire Wilson and Kathy Muller. Claudia Hurtgen would get some good results in Porsches in the late 90s and take us into the new millennium. Vanina Ix, daughter of 6-time Le Mans winner Jackie Ix, would compete in a Chrysler Viper in 2001 but failed to finish. She would get a 7th place with Baz Linders and Maxime Martin in a Cronus Racing Aston Martin in 2011, one of the best results for a female in a long while. The likes of Liz Halliday, Mika Duno, Amanda Stretton, Natasha Gashnang, Cindy Alleman, Rahal Frey, Andrea Robertson, Kiko Ihara, Christina Nielsen, Ines Tattinger, Michelle Gatting and Manuela Gosner have come and gone since then, but none have had any kind of success in terms of class wins or overall standing, with Natasha Gashnang doing the best by finishing 11th and 5th in the LMP2 class in 2013 for Morand Racing. But 2020 looks like it could be a good year for the ladies of Le Mans. No fewer than 6 women in 2 3-car teams are entered in this year's classic race, with Tatiana Calderon, Sophia Florsch and Beitske Visser in the Richard Mille Racing Team LMP2 car, which is currently 6th in the European Le Mans standings, and Rahal Frey, Michelle Gatting and Manuela Gosner all returning to Le Mans in the GTM class in an Iron Lynx Ferrari, one of the coolest team names on the grid by the way. They are currently 4th in class in the European Le Mans Series and have already scored a couple of podiums this year, so are going pretty well. The future of women at Le Mans looks good with more entries and hopefully more success. Maybe one day there'll be a woman in the top class who can take a famous Le Mans win. So are you looking forward to the Le Mans race this weekend? I am, although I probably won't watch all of it. I haven't done the full 24 hours since Bentley won a lot of years ago. But the Motor Racing Classic is sure to be an interesting one. Who do you think will win? How will all the female crews get on? Remember to subscribe. A Le Mans themed video every day of this week. A lot of cool stuff coming out, so now is a good time to subscribe. With that said, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video out, and most importantly, have a good one.